Much like Pokemon, Capcom based many of their Mega Man enemies and allies on various animals, so considering the rising popularity of pet raccoons and foxes, which, if any of these robotic animals could make for a good pet? Of course, we have to start with Rush, so let's make this quick. Rush seems ideal with his flexibility. He can be your transportation in a pinch, even in outer space, or he could smoke any would-be E-Tank burglars. However, he loves digging for treasure, so Rush would only really make a good outdoor pet. Treble is very similar to Rush, only more imposing. Despite that, he doesn't seem to like to dig, so I think he could finally outdo Rush at something and take indoor pet. But you may want to watch those claws. Beat is a surprisingly powerful robot bird, and his talons could shred through even metal. Considering he needs to fly, and I suspect he has a compulsive need to shred to keep his claws razor sharp, it's probably best to keep him outside. And your car in the garage. You can't beat a flying security guard. Beat. Is that why he's called Beat? Mega Man has a dog, so he needs a cat too. That's where Tango comes in. Unfortunately, he's basically a Sonic character and is full of beans like a real cat. So you probably need to keep him outside where he can still roll around and follow his rainbow without destroying your entire home with his zoomies. Roll was designed to be a household assistant, so she is an expert at sweeping and cleaning up as well as cooking. Then she can be pretty deadly with a broom, so she can help against home invaders too. She's basically a Second Amendment loving live-in girlfriend, so give her head pats, snuggle her, and let her know you appreciate her. Especially so you keep her happy and avoid having her chase you with a broom. She really is just a Republican girlfriend. Same goes for Rock, too. Eddie might be stretching what constitutes an animal just a little, but he would be amazing to have with his ability to carry things and even transport them through wormholes. Give him head pads because he's a good boy, that would make an ideal pet. I'm giving Reggae a hard no. Not even outside because he sounds pretty obnoxious and overly critical. Avoid his smug squawking. Hot Dog is another one I recommend not even trying to pet. Even in your backyard, he's going to be blowing fire all over and will eventually hit your house. Sumatran. I'm saying no. They were designed to brutally eliminate poachers, so I wouldn't risk trying to pet this kitty. Metars are kinda cute, so I try to keep one outside and maybe cautiously let it inside, but that could be my last mistake. Finally, for classic, we have Splash Woman. She's a mermaid. She might soak everything or hit you with an electrified trident, but it's worth a try, right? Head pat her and proceed with cautious optimism. Marino I don't think would ever agree to confinement, so you'd do best to treat her like a roaming cat and pet her when she comes around. Probably don't even offer to let her into your house, or she'll take your valuables. Wait, where's my wallet? Iris? Yes! Head pats and snuggles. Who cares if she's racist? I know for you there, that makes her 100 times better. I know. Nana, the biggest, nerdiest sweetheart in Mega Man, is another absolute yes. She's good with obediently following directions as shown during her time as Silverhorn's prisoner of war, so you can definitely bring her inside. But don't do anything weird to take advantage of her. I'm onto you too. Ferrum, don't even bother. You're going to be her pet. Okay, so there are way too many animal mavericks, so I'm going to be doing the most iconic maverick in the series, Storm Eagle. If you can't keep him as a pet, you aren't keeping anybody else. Go ahead and try. But I don't think you'll ever tame him. But try for a pet if you see him. Robot Patrol Dog, I'd advise against. It has machine gun boobies, for some reason, so I wouldn't risk it. Rico and Eco, I'd say go for it. It's not any worse than an AI companion, and apparently that's normal now. You're never going to be able to touch them though. It's probably better to just go with something real. I suppose a Cyber Elf wouldn't make a terrible pet, but again, there's not going to be much interaction with one. Last year, we determined Alouette is prime Daughterfu material, so give her head pats and snuggles. Similarly, since Ale and Vent are young orphans, why not give them a loving home? Not you! You're weird about Kid Ale. You even try to touch Lurare, and it's game over. Your only shot at a pet mermaid was with Splash Woman. Pandora, you can fix her with snuggles and head pats. I know her genre of robot woman well. She will melt and become a cuddle puppy. Now Surfbots absolutely snuggle and head pat these guys. This is the most obvious choice of pets in the entire series. Go ahead, collect the whole set. Data though? He'd make an okay pet, but considering he almost burned down the Flutter trying to make a salad, keep him outside and sell your grill. A Reaverbot? A Reaverbot? Are you insane? No way! Mega Man EXE, Roll EXE, Iris EXE. Maybe Servalock wasn't the most obvious choice of pet. Heck, Navias even live in a device called a pet. These are about as perfect of pets and AI companions as you can get, since you can raise and have them fight viruses. Shuko was a sad girl. Give her the head pats and snuggles until she smiles. Listen, let's pause the memes and meta-irony for a moment. I've sadly never dated a goth girl, so I wish I had a joke for Miyu, but I don't know the stereotypes about goth girl personalities well enough to make a good joke, but obviously goth girl is the dream house pet. Keeping viruses as pets is plausible, but I think they are really more a pet for your pet than for you. Let your Navi have their own pets in peace, okay? I think capturing and keeping a Mr. Prog as a pet is probably a federal crime, but we already said it was okay to do for the android girls. What is kidnapping a program vital to keeping the internet running? So, EM aliens are similar enough to Navis that yeah, they would make amazing pets. At least as long as you keep your mental health in check so they can't possess your body. I think Mr. Hertz's are naturally occurring, so we can and should take one to cuddle in the visible zone. The feds are already after us for stealing a Mr. Prog, so let's do this. Let's kidnap Luna and Sonia, so we can keep them in your completely unsinister snuggle room. Damn it, not again. So have a great April Fools. What is your Mega Man pet of choice? The more ridiculous or absurd, the better.